Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. And today we're going to take a look at Star Wars The Old Republic. This recently added a free trial up to level 15. It does have a few restrictions, of course, the typical chat restrictions that you see with a lot of games that come from a subscription background that then add a free trial that have a level restriction like this does. Then you also have some crew skills that can rank around to up to 40, and then you have you will not be able to earn any legacy XP, and you'll not be able to use the Galactic Trade Network, and you're limited to where you can actually go in the game. But other than that, you can play as much as you want up to level 15, you can enjoy PvP, all that stuff. So as you can see, I do have one character that I already created, kind of wanted to get in there and get started because I'll show you exactly actually why I did that. But let's go ahead and create a character, kind of digging my big fat man here. So let's go ahead and create. And when you normally first start a character, you can see here you've got the option of choosing the Galactic Republic or the Sith Empire. I was going to say if you have any understanding of the Star Wars universe, but who really doesn't have an understanding of the Star Wars universe unless you've been living under a rock for the last, 1,000 years? You have understanding of the Star Wars universe and what's going on between these two factions. We're going to go ahead and stay with the Sith Empire, and we're going to go in here, and you've got 4 different options as far as choosing your class. So you've got the Sith Inquisitor, you get a little bit of a description up here, and another thing you can do is with each of these you can take a look at the different types of equipment they can use. You can take a look at the different types of abilities you're going to have. You can see now with each class they have advanced classes. So you can see here at level 10 I'm going to be able to take my Sith Inquisitor and make a Sith Sorcerer or a Sith Assassin. You can see the roles, the weapon types, armor, and the resources force. Now as you cruise around to each of these, you can actually leave it on these different tabs like you see here with the advanced class, and then go ahead and see, Sith Marauder, Sith Juggernaut, so on and so forth, and then see exactly what those different classes are. Now my other guy is actually a bounty hunter, so you can see I'm actually looking at taking him to the power tech side, tank, damage, blaster pistol, armor heavy, and resource heat. And then you can see over here you've also got the Imperial Agent, which you can you kind of get the idea by the costuming exactly where these guys kind of fit in the Star Wars universe. But I'm actually going to go with a Sith Warrior because I'm interested in using the dual lightsabers that a Sith Marauder can use and being straight up damage dealer. Now you can also see, combat role here, warrior combat role, give you kind of an idea of what these different guys do. But like I said, I'm going to go with that one, and then you can see their story background. Now one of the cool things is depending upon the class that you choose, your entire gameplay is different. So we'll get into some of that in a second. So let's go ahead and go next. And then you've got 4 different options as far as races are concerned. You've got the human, then you've got the Sith, then you've got Cyborg, and you've got the Zabrek, and then you've got a bunch of locked ones. But you can see you're not going to be able to unlock these in the free trial because you've got to reach level 50 with the Mira Luca for this one, with the Mira Land for that one, with the Ratatiki for that one, so on and so forth. And then some of these actual races here, you don't even get access to. It's kind of this progression thing that you're not going to have access to them for a very long time. But I'm actually going to go with the Zabrek, kind of like the look there. We're going to go. Maybe I'm going to go with Cyborg. Let's actually go with the Zabrek. That's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll go female. So let's go next. Because the name
I
we're going to choose.
will bring the Republic to its knees.
There we go. And you can hear right there's some voice acting right there. Now the game is loaded with voice acting. There's tons and tons of cutscenes that you're going to see when you get in here. I mean, the game is still a subscription-based game. It just has a free trial. And a lot of money was put into this game. Probably one of the largest budgeted games to date. Now, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of games in the future that are going to spend even more money. Whether they'll actually be subscription-based is yet to see. With as much money as was spent on this game right here, on Star Wars The Old Republic, and for it to already be migrating in a mere 8 months already to a free trial environment with possibly some hints at free-to-play in the future. We'll see how that all turns out. Now, one of the great things is the game has tons of customization as far as your characters are concerned, and you can see all the detail in the tattoos and the hair and the face and the size, the body type. We can actually zoom out and go ahead and see the body type. We don't want to have that body type. We want to have more slender type body type, maybe get a little bit more busty. Let's see what we get when we go a little bit, maybe one more. A little taller, a little bustier, a little more curvy, right up the alley of what I'm looking for. So, and then you can randomize names in case you kind of want to just get something and run with it, but we're not going to do that. We're going to actually use the name that you guys see me use all the time, and you know why if you've watched the video on my YouTube. And let's go ahead and play. Now, normally we would get this huge cutscene at the beginning, and then you have all the story. Now you can skip all of that if you don't really want to watch all the cutscenes, but one thing, we're actually going to skip this and get to the character selection screen, I believe, if I remember correctly. But you can skip all of the kind of cutscenes that are there. Now you can't just do that with just escaping out, because if you escape out of the cutscenes and you don't make your actual conversation choices, then it's not going to progress you through the process. So like right here, if I go ahead and I believe if I hit escape here, I'm going to actually progress past this. But for me to do everything with the actual communication, I've got to go up here and toggle the chat on or off. We're going to go ahead and run through this real quick. But like I said, with each class, you actually are on a different world. Like for this character here, I'm actually, you can see in the top left there, I'm actually on Korriban. With the other character, I was on Huda. So you have all of these different areas set up, and these newbie areas depending upon your class choices, which is really kind of cool. I mean, the depth of the story, I mean, as you know, the actual story of
every moment is critical.
The Star Wars universe is very, very immense.
For decades,
and
I've
it's been
administered
going on
the
for years
trials
and
that
years.
prove who is and is not worthy.
You can see the voice acting is very, very well done graphically. The game kind of took a step back from the realism and gave a little bit of a cartoony
Those who face them either
feel.
survive and become Sith.
But you can see here right now, you've got some choices, or I have some choices, exactly what I can say. And depending upon what you say, it kind of creates an attitude that you have in the game. But now what I'm actually going to do here is, because I want to get you guys past this, I'm going to actually escape out of here, and I'm going to kind of run through some of this stuff without going through that. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to log out and use my other character, because I can show you guys much more depth in the game, because I'm already further along. So we're going to skip using that character, go back, and I'm going to use my bounty hunter. And you're going to be able to see right now I'm already on a different world and all that stuff. But what I was saying is as you take and you make your choices inside of all those different cutscenes, it's going to change your directional heading. Now, one thing I can tell you, though, is that as you play, I'm only level 3, and the progression through the levels can be rather slow, especially if you're taking and watching all those cutscenes, because there's so much to it. Now, a lot of people, including myself, really enjoy that stuff. You know, it's stuff that you see in like the Final Fantasy games, and also, you know, in a lot of different games now, as you get a lot of these huge backstories and stuff like that. So, but let's bring up our character, and this is what I was going to show you is socially you can rack up social points and then valor points, and then also the alignment light and dark. Now, depending upon all your choices, all of those things are going to adjust based upon what you do. So if you do things that are more dark side oriented, then you're going to move more towards the dark side. So right now, you can see right now I'm minus 50. So you want to make those choices and decide where you want to be. Do you want to be on the light side? No, you can be on the light side and still be choose to be a Sith, or on that fact on. Essentially, you can be the opposite. You can be dark or light, and then choose the kind of the opposite faction, if that makes sense. But we did just come out of a situation where our mentor kind of got assassinated, so we are headed out of here, and we're headed off to go ahead and kind of get some payback. So now what we can do is we can bring up the map. You can see where we are now, and this is kind of cool. You can see right now to Huda, the big chief. That's the quest we're on, and you can see all the different icons that and what they represent. So let's go ahead and head outside. Now you can see I'm running pretty fast because I actually have a little sprint set up. So this little sprint right here is on. If I go ahead and turn it off, you'll see I move a lot slower, but I don't want to move a lot slower. I want to be hauling, so get us around really quick.
For missed departures.
Now right here you've got the Poison Pit Speeder. These are kind of like your quick travel opportunities, and then that opens up in a few more levels, and then I'll be able to kind of move around to all these different areas. And you can see right now it only shows me kind of this one little area. Later on it'll open up all of these different areas that I'll be able to adventure in, find instances, and all of that stuff. You see this question mark down here. This kind of gives you an idea of what's going on, and this is all the tutorial, and these will pop up every so often, and you'll kind of just move through. Now it's really funny that I'm getting this tutorial because I can't do any of that because I'm limited as far as my chat is concerned. But we need to cruise off in this direction, so we need to head over here, and you can see we've got here Big Chief, defeat Thothrus Street Captains. So I'm getting shot at here. Who's shooting at me? And we can of course use tab, start firing away at these guys, and you can also keep moving around, and then you can take cover behind stuff, so their accuracy will be a lot lower. And we also do have one skill in our number 4 slot. We can run up and go ahead and wail on these guys real quick. So I wanted to go ahead and do that for you guys. Now you see that this is one thing that I think is really cool about the game. So most of the time you see somebody drop something, and it's like, if it's hidden in these bushes, you can't even see it, but it's cool. It has these gigantic rays. Now one thing that's really cool is you can see this one is green. Now that means that he actually has a green item on him. So right there, he's got these leggings. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our inventory, and we're gonna go ahead and equip those. Yep, we're equipped. And then the nice thing is you saw this guy, he had blue coming out of him. Because I was close enough and looting this guy over here, I actually was able to loot both without having to go and find that or get close to that other guy. So it's kind of cool if you have a bunch of dead guys in the same area, you can kind of loot them at the same time. But we need to cruise over this way, down kind of this little dirt trail. We need to take these guys out from afar. Behind these rocks. That guy's too far away. So you see right over here, I've got these two guys nice and close together, so I'm going to be able to loot them at the same time. So there we go. Let's take all, and you'll get a lot of stuff. One thing that's also really cool is a lot of stuff that you get in the game that you just want, it's just going to be junk or whatever. It says this item has no use, just vendor it. So it's kind of nice that you have those opportunities to just find those items and just vendor them out. So you can see that guy was really far away, but I still get to take all, and I get all his stuff too. And there's another player running around, and he's doing what looks like the same quest. So let's go ahead and maybe we'll help him. Maybe he's on his way out. There we go. But everybody that you see here is going to be a bounty hunter, because this is the bounty hunter's starting area. So we'll go ahead and take all those. And there we go. Speak to Nemo the Hut. Nimro, sorry, the hut. So we need to head over this way. So you can see down here on my little mini map, this is where we need to head. So it's showing me exactly where I need to go. And we're going to take a couple guys out here. There we go. I just leveled up to level 4. Normally it's pretty slow going as far as the leveling is concerned, but it's moving a little bit faster this time around because I kind of know what I'm doing. I did play in one of the weekends that they had, and here's what I was telling you about, so I can go ahead and I can zoom back and forth between these two guys because I've now found that little spot. So here we go, we're in Nimro's palace location, so we're cruising in here. But you can see graphically the details are really, really well done. I mean, you really feel kind of the immersion in the world of Star Wars and all of that good stuff. So, and obviously sound effects are well done. You can hear the voice acting is well done. All the music is very Star Wars-esque. So I'm getting a little bit of lag, but I'm not sure if that's actually Fraps doing that or if it's actually the game. I doubt it's the game because they have tons of servers and they've kind of dealt with their lag problems. Let's get close on this guy. Check out the detail on his little pig face. Remember those guys? It's funny that they use the exact same guys to be guards from Return of the Jedi, the Jabba the Hutt guards. So we need to cruise. Where are we going? We're going. We can go up here. Let's break out in a little dance. Maybe. Let's see if we can spell dance. There we go. And of course, the Star Wars universe has the Running Man. Everybody knows the Running Man. That's hilarious to me that the Star Wars universe just happens to have the Running Man. So we need to, let's open up our map, figure out exactly where we're going. So we need to go down over this way and come around and then go talk to him over there, which is probably going to lead to a really big fight, but that's alright. I'm ready to take him out. So here's one thing that you're going to notice is a bounty hunter phase. So only one bounty hunter is allowed in this phase. So I can group up with other players and they can help me, but only one bounty hunter at a time. Now you may have seen that other bounty hunter, but you notice as soon as I went in there, he or she, I didn't see what it was, actually disappeared. So let's cruise in here, and we are going to have our audience with Nimro the Hut. Now you can see, as you saw down the bottom left-hand corner, that it kind of popped up, and there's kind of different levels as far, or different difficulty levels, so to say, of monsters. So you've kind of got your normal, then you've got kind of your semi-elite, which you can still kind of take out solo, and it gets a little more difficult, like your elite, I guess you'd call it, and then almost like your boss level elite. So here we go. So we're getting interrogated. Oh. And this is another thing, even with the voice acting, there's voice acting in other languages, and then you're going to see the translations. So all that stuff is really kind of cool.
Tiny man come to beg for mighty.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Jump back in the water, fish man. So there's exactly what I was talking about, because it's in another language. And you know what he's really saying? Because they're translating it, but it's a wrong translation. He's really saying, I want bacon. Go get me some bacon. Alright. It's a rare pleasure.
I'm honored to be in your presence.
So, and like I said, depending upon what you say, it will depend on what attitude you have and how you respond to people. I still, all I can think about is he's saying, I want bacon. Give me some bacon. Or if any remember Spaceballs, just Pizza the Hut. That shit is so funny to me. So you're calling her a liar.
Mako said you're a powerful hut, Nimro. Is that a lie?
And like I said, you're gonna spend a lot of time in these cutscenes, especially early in the game. Now, they get to be a little bit less and less once you kind of get off of this kind of newbie area and move into the main base, and then you're able to start doing a lot more PvP, start doing things like the crafting systems, and the crafting systems are crazy. I mean, you can make so many different things in the game. It's nuts. All the different weapons and all the different things that you can craft is just outrageous. So it's really kind of neat to see all that different stuff. So, alright, my soft spot is for credits.
Money,
that's right, because I like money.
Any target.
I don't know who's more fat, this hut dude or me. So I think we're both probably sitting there saying, I want bacon. Actually, they kind of gave me a little broader shoulders instead of just a fat guy. So, what do I need to do? Dares to call himself Hutsbane. He raised my holdings and hides in Swamp Village. Place his head on my floor. Alright.
Head on floor. Got it.
Leave their heads in the village. Alright, no problem. Go to get some guns.
Careful, little
Only if I get some of those titties.
Hutsbane once blasted into other palace, killed pile of captains, murdered a mighty hut.
This guy needs to go back to the swamp. He looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon is who that looks like. That's exactly who this looks like. But we're out of here. Alright, so we're off. And it's actually telling me I need to go that way. Where is that way? So we're going to go out that way. And you can see right there, because I did get this quest, it opened up another quest for me. So, and then once I get past here, you're going to see that I'm going to be able to pick up that other quest. Now, one thing you want to pay attention to is a lot of times when you do get a quest, your main storyline quest, because you're going to get a lot of those, you will see there's a lot of other quests that you're going to be able to pick up. And most of the time, they will lead you kind of to the same area. Hey, there he is. Chewbacca, and he ripped off, just like the movies, he ripped off C-3PO's arms because he got pissed off at him when they were playing chess.
Yes.
So,
oh, yes. Saved, of course.
Come on. I wish there was a way to just click past all
takes me
these.
from the swamp, yes? He gives me a new name,
No.
new job. He makes me Morsel, the administrator. Nimro orders me to keep work camp enforcers in line, but they hired to bully Evil Kai. They laugh at me.
Yep. You mean
Just
kill
tell
somebody?
me who you need dead and
Yeah,
how
let's
much
get
it's
through this
worth to
quick.
you.
Enforcers hard to hire, harder to keep.
But like I was saying, with
so
all
they
these
think they can do as
cutscenes,
they
it's really,
please,
really cool to
but
see
we
all these
can't kill
cutscenes,
them.
to see all the intricate depth
to
that was
work
put
camp,
into
wave
this.
your gun and
Now, I
see
know
if
that it
enforcers
kind of
face.
does, like I said,
Make
it
him
does
see
slow
more
down a
to
little
laugh
bit
at.
later.
And I have a
but-
stack of credits for you.
Alright, cool. So there we go. We need to confront Huntsbane and speak with the chief enforcer. So we're out of here. We do have our little quick travel, a little icon right here, which is basically like your teleportation back to your where you kind of set your home spot, I guess you could say. or your bind point. There you go. And then we have recharge and reload, which allow you to regenerate health and vents and heat. Well, because basically if I fight, so let's see if I can go get into some battle. Each one of my actual skills creates a heat level. And so when I reach a certain level of heat, you're going to actually watch it show up right down here. So there you go. You see the heat level showing up while I'm actually fighting, and I'm kind of just taking damage because I really don't care, because I know that I'm going to be able to beat them without dying. Let's go ahead and pick up this crap. Now, so once your heat gets to a certain level, you're either going to want to recharge and reload, or I have this vent heat, which actually rapidly vents 50 heat over 3 seconds. So I have a lot of ability to make the heat go away, take the heat off myself, I guess you could say. So now here's one thing you can really see is these are out here kind of in the middle of nowhere. Now I can keep running. Let's actually do that, and we could still see the map. But I'm going to actually head out of the area that I'm in right now, because that's where my new quests are at. So I'm going to head out there, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up some of these areas, be able to see some new areas, see exactly what's going on out here. Let's bring up the map, and we'll be able to see these areas kind of pop up. Now we want to talk to this little droid real quick, because that will give me another little spot to be able to move around with these little quick speeders. So shortly we should be able to see this pop up. Come on. Any second now. There we go. So it all popped up real quick, and of course I'm getting attacked by this swamp snarler. Let's take him out. Nice little blast. Let's use our big powerful punch to the face. It looks like the old school Mike Tyson's punch. So let's do it again so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Target. There we go. The old school Mike Tyson's punch out. That's what I'm talking about. So let's take all there. But like I said, this is a free trial, so it is a bit limited. Well, not a bit limited, a lot limited to only level 15. But you still can play as much as you want. You can jump into the PvP, so you're not limited as far as the PvP is concerned. But you are limited as far as your ability to chat and join guilds and all of that good jazz. But if you did want to try it out, which I know a lot of people did, a lot of people were like, well, I'm just going to wait until this goes free to play. This is your chance to actually check it out and get a good shot and understand exactly what's kind of going on and what all the hype was about in Star Wars The Old Republic. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And don't forget to like and comment on these videos, as we really do appreciate both. If you would like to play or learn more about Star Wars The Old Republic, you can read our full review on the free trial at MMODen.com, or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.